Hello there YouTube, this is Prime from Space giving you guys another Wi-Fi battle for you guys today. And today is going to be against Dredd for an Ubers battle. Something that you guys don't see a lot in the YouTube channel here, but he did challenge me to an Uber battle a couple weeks ago by the time it gets uploaded or something around there. But I was like, hey, our battles have been good, so let's why not, man? So looking at his team, I'm gonna go ahead and try to make this as fast as possible for you guys. So I was looking at his team matchup, and I was like, the best thing for me to do is get up and lead with the Deoxys attack to get up the stealth rocks as soon as possible, so that multi-scale Lugia cannot be a thing. It could be more threatening, especially if he does pack into Calm Mind, if he does. But I'm gonna go ahead and lead with the Deoxys attack here. So that's pretty much my mindset here. It does do residual damage also to the rest of his team, so that it can be in range of certain attacks in my team. So that's definitely my best play here by far. So if you do enjoy these Wi-Fi battles, don't forget to leave a like below. Let me know you guys want to see some more. But it's time to do this bitch right now. So like I said before, we're gonna go ahead and lead with the Darkrai. Not Darkrai, but Deoxys attack. I was like, hey, Darkrai, what's up, Darkrai? We both had Darkrai, so I'm gonna go ahead and lead with the Deoxys attack, as he does lead with the Lugia. Instead of stealth rocking the first turn, since he led with the Lugia, I'm going to try to assume that he's going to try to go for maybe Calm Mind, Toxic, or something of the variety like that. So I decided to go for the taunt, and I predicted him to not go for an attacking move. I don't know what he was trying to do, but you know what? I was trying to taunt him out, and in case he wanted to set up or something like that, but he failed Toxic, I guess, for the taunt. So I could go for the Stealth Rock the second turn, and I'm going to have to take it to attack here, so which is perfect for me. If he decides to save the Lugia for later in the match, he's going to have to take the Stealth Rocks anyway. So he decides to preserve the Lugia, which is okay for me, because by the time he switches the Lugia back in, it's going to lose the multi-scale, which is going to be less threatening to me. So he does go into the Darkrai. Not sure about that play, because I can go ahead and Ice Beam away, which I do possess. It does definitely, looking at that damage, 2-hit KO the Darkrai, so there was no reason for me not to go for the Ice Beam, because if I don't, Darkrai could potentially go for Dark Void and all the shenanigans there. So Darkrai goes down pretty early on Dredd's team there, which is definitely a good thing for me. That could have been a threat to my team, especially for my mons that don't outspeed it. He could get a free Dark Void up if he still chooses to, but you know, all those possibilities could have been endless. But luckily the Darkrai was gone, and he does go into the Hoopa. I go for the Ice Beam to get him in range to attacks from the rest of my team here. So he is at half HP, which is good for me, because I can go into the Lucario and then Mega Evolve, and like I said before, he's at range from an adaptability Flash Cannon here that I possess on my Mega Lucario here, so I'm okay with that. If he decides switching, I'm okay with that also. He decides to go for the Mewtwo. I was like, okay, I was trying to see where he was going for there, but at the same time, I definitely do know by the fact that by the time he takes this adaptability Flash Cannon here, he's going to be in range with the combination of the adaptability Flash Cannon stab and the Bullet Punch that I do have in my possession here. So looking at the rest of his HP that he has after the Flash Cannon, he's going to die due to the Bullet Punch here. So maybe not if he was Mewtwo X, but you don't see Mewtwo X's that often in the Ubers tier. But I'm going to Mewtwo Y. I'm glad to see that I can Bullet Punch it. It's going to not be knocked down. So it's kind of fortunate for me, since I was able to get that Rocks up, so it could definitely be in range of the combination of Flash Cannon and the Bullet Punch kill. So that's why it was really important to get the Stealth Rocks up. So he does go into the Groudon. I'm kind of scary about that, but you know what? He's gonna go ahead and do the Primal Reversion, or whatever the hell that thing is. The little process of the miracle, making the miracles happen. Dropping some eggs. I don't know, man. It's just breaking an egg, even though there wasn't any in the first place. I don't even know what it's actually technically an orb. I don't really give a fuck. But he's gonna go with this Primal Groudon here. I can go ahead and switch out, because I don't want this Lucario to die right now, because he still had the Xerneas in the backs, and my Lucario there was definitely going to be a check to that Xerneas here. So I decided to go for the Arceus here, trying to take an attack, or if he decided to go for the Rock Punch, I still would be able to take a hit like you guys see there with the Earthquake. So I decided to go for the Phantom Force here. Did I say Phantom Force? I think it was Shadow Force. Correct me if I'm wrong. So yeah, it was definitely Shadow Force. My bad, guys. My bad. GG, no re. But I'm going to go ahead and do a lot of damage to this Groudon, because looking at that rest of that damage, that puts him in range of a Dark Pulse from Darkrai. So I decided to go and let this Arceus Ghost die, because at this point in the match, Arceus Ghost was my least expendable member of the team. So I can go ahead and just Darkrai. I can go ahead and do the Life Orb, a Dark Pulse away. That way he can take out the Groudon. But he decides to go and switch it out for the Hoopa. Best play on this part, because Hoopa on bound doesn't really do that much against the rest of my team. So that was a good play on this part. Sack it off so I can get a clean switch in. So that was a useless crit there, but you know what? It's whatever. I don't care. I get a kill. Darkrai. It's all that matters. So I was wondering what he was going to lead with. He decided to go for the Xerneas, which he does right now. I can go ahead and have two options. Sludge Bomb for the potential kill, but if it doesn't kill, he can knock me out with a Moonblast, and that forces me to go into Mega Lucario and knock this thing out. And if he does let this thing die, then he gets a clean switch into the Primal Groudon, and he is free to do pretty much essentially anything because I'm the special variant of Lucario. So I did not want that to happen. Instead, I took the 80% risk of the Dark Void so I can knock it out with the Sludge Bomb in the combination of the ability Bad Dreams of this Darkrai here. So, like I said before, if the scenario were try to go for the Sludge Bomb instead of Dark Void and I don't knock it out, then he could have knocked me out with the Moonblast potentially, or just Geomancy out and then cause some wreckage to the rest of my team. Then that would definitely force me into Lucario, and then it gets a clean switch in the next turn to Primal Groudon, and I didn't want that to happen. So luckily, the 80% of the Dark Void came through, and that makes the situation a little bit more easier. So he does go into the Groudon here. I'm okay with that. He's still in the range of the Dark Pulse Stab Life Orb from a Darkrai. So yeah, Groudon's definitely gonna go down here. So, and the last one that he does possess is his Lugia. Like I said before, I still have my Rocks up, which is definitely gonna be a good thing in this matchup because other than the Lugia, some of his mons were in range of certain moves, like I said before, like for example with the Groudon and also the Mewtwo with the Flash Cannon Bullet Punch combo after the Rocks. Yeah, that was definitely good for me to get the Rocks up there. So looking at the Dark Pulse damage that it did to Lugia after the Stealth Rocks, Roost wasn't going to be a beneficial thing for him. Definitely, I'll still be able to knock it out because my Dark Pulse does more than half, like definitely more than half after the multi-skill. So I'm cool with that. So last Dark Pulse here should kill, if I'm not mistaken, and as it does, Lugia goes down, and that's going to be definitely a good game, Dredd. Really good game there. After I was able to knock out the rest of the threats to, I believe, like Mewtwo and the Hoopa of the, I guess not necessarily Hoopa, but if it wasn't full HP, still that would have been a different story. But he was at half HP after taking the Ice Beam from the Deoxys attack. That was able to put him in range of, I believe, attacks from Darkrai. But after Mewtwo, Darkrai had pretty much a relatively good field day. I can freely Dark Void whatever he wanted to go to, but definitely my best play was to Dark Void the Xerneas, especially. I didn't want to get that forced matchup between my Mega Lucario and his Primal Groudon a couple turns after, which would have been the best play for him, and I didn't want to risk him to possess Rock Polish there. So that could have been a bit of trouble there. So definitely Dark Void was my best play there. So if you do enjoy, guys, don't forget to leave a like below. Let me know you guys want to see some more, and I'm out here. Peace, man.